Hi guys, this is Matt Chalmers here from GOLFTEC Asia, and today I want to share with you something a little bit different. Outside of my love of golf, I actually like playing pool. I play American 9-ball pool. I'm a bit frustrated right now because I go there twice a week and I'm not getting any better. And the reason for that is I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. I have absolutely no idea how to practice, and I have no idea what I need to do to get better. So I thought about it and decided there were 3 ways that I could probably get better. I've got a friend who is better than me. I could go and ask him for advice. The trouble is, on reflection, he's not particularly good either, so I don't think this is going to be the best way to go about it. Secondly, I went on to YouTube to look for some online videos, and whilst there was some good stuff, they didn't really pertain to me. I watched a load of them and got reasonably confused and ended up back where I started. The third thing that I tried was I called up a coach that I found online and I asked them if they could help me understand a bit more about their way of teaching, and they didn't give me a very good answer, if I'm honest with you, so I didn't want to go to that person. So I'm exactly where I started, and that got me thinking that there must be loads of people who want to get better at golf. They've got all these different options of how to get better, but they just really don't know what to do. And in this video, I want to share some thoughts from somebody who's in the business to see if I could help you. Regardless of your level of golf, there's different ways that you can look to try and improve. What I see regularly is there's guys who play in groups of 4, and within that group, there's typically different levels. You've got the guys who can barely break 100, and then you've got the one guy in the group who once shot 87, and he's kind of the oracle of the group, so everybody tends to listen to this guy. The trouble is, he's not very good either, so listening to this individual is not likely to help you get better. Other options you have is you could go to the range and just keep trying to do what you've already been doing, and I would suggest that that is going to have limited value. YouTube and online instruction is great, right? There's so much stuff out there. The problem I have with it is there's no quality control. Outside of teaching golf, I've actually been doing stand-up comedy for the last 6 years here in Singapore, and when I first started, I put some videos on YouTube. If you search Matt Chalmers stand-up comedy, you'll see some videos of me doing it. And now when I watch those videos 6 years later, I kind of cringe because there wasn't much comedy involved, if I'm honest. So just because somebody thinks that what they do is something, it really doesn't mean that it is. The only way I really believe you can get better at golf is to go and seek out some professional instruction. And I know what you might be thinking, that sounds suspiciously like something that a professional golf instructor would say. And you'd be probably right there. But the point is this, I'm not saying come to see me. So what you should do is find a coach who works at a reputable facility, do some research on them and try to get them on the phone, right? I want you to go and interview somebody. You're putting them in charge of your golf, so you need to make sure that they can help you. You need to ask them one question, right? You need to ask them to tell you about their system for teaching golf. And if their answer sounds something like, well, everybody's a little bit different, everybody swings the club a little bit differently, everybody's got their own physical limitations, therefore I just teach the person that's in front of me. That sounds like somebody who isn't giving you a good answer to that question, right? A good coach will be able to quantify what they are going to do with you. A good coach will be able to tell you that improving at golf involves getting better at 3 things. Making solid contact with the ball, which means hitting it in the middle of the club face within reason, and with an iron club hitting the ground in the right spot. After that, you've got to develop power. We've got to help you hit the ball far enough to enjoy your day. It's one of the biggest skill separators in the game. The third thing is, a good coach should help you understand that not even the best players in the world hit the ball straight. So if you go to the driving range and try to hit the ball straight, you're setting yourself up for a lifetime of disappointment. Good players curve the ball gently from one side to the other, either right to left or left to right. They know what type of side spin they're going to produce, and they're very rarely surprised by the type of spin that comes. So a good golf instructor will be able to quantify what you need to do to get better. They will hopefully be using some really good technology to help measure it. So it's not their opinion. They should be able to back up anything that they ask you to do and hopefully package it in a way that helps you learn it and finally help you understand how to practice it. So what I'd like to do today is show you how I would go about doing that at GOLFTEC using the tools that I have at my disposal. Right guys, so in terms of education on fundamental skill number one, which is contact, let's just cover the key point. If you want the ball fly into the air properly, your club needs to make contact with the bottom of the ball and then touch the ground. Common issues that we see every single day at GOLFTEC are golfers who sway off the ball, they bend their arms, they don't extend their spine, they contact the ground before the ball, or they extend their wrists and they kind of top the ball on the floor. These are the sort of things that I see on a daily basis. So, demonstrating competence in fundamental skill number one, this is what I challenge you to do. Get yourself to the range, get yourself a wedge in your hand and practice some shorter swings, trying to feel like you keep your weight on the front foot, lean into that left side, push forward, hit the ground, and keep your arms straight. Okay, I would say that most people in the world would believe that they could do that on a regular basis and hit the ball and then the ground. Right? If you do that and you've got some way to quantify it, what you will see is an angle of attack that is descending. Okay, that was 5 degrees down when I hit that ball. Let's try again. Okay, that was 5.1 degrees down when I hit that ball. This is fundamental skill number one. I could stand here all day and I could make sure that I hit the ground in the right place. I now want to give you a way to judge yourself on that. We're going to do the simplest drill in golf, and it allows you to quantify where you are on the spectrum of competence. If you are finding any of this information helpful, please help us by liking and subscribing to the channel. This little simple drill here helps you quantify how competent you are at fundamental skill number one. Put a golf towel about one club head's width behind the ball and try and hit the ball and then hit the ground. What people would typically do, some people get scared of the towel and they're going to top the ball. You can hear that that contact wasn't very good. Another common mistake is people don't believe that they would hit the towel and they are wrong. Right? And this is the trouble with practicing at the driving range, is you can hit a shot that looks okay, but you clearly did not control where you hit the ground. So what we want to do now is I want to just show you that I can walk the walk a little bit. Let's see how many in a row I can do properly and hit the ball properly and then the ground. So let's put me under a bit of pressure and see if I can demonstrate fundamental number one 5 times in a row. There's one. Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Number 5. I feel like I could stand there all day, but I might be kidding myself on a bit. Right guys, so you've just seen me hit 5 balls in a row there where I controlled the point at which I hit the ground. I encourage you to go out and try that. Put the towel down, see if you can do it. Drop us a comment to let us know how you got on. I'd like to know. Right guys, so just to summarise what we've talked about today, there are so many different ways to learn to get better at golf. I would guard against just trying to go to the range and keep doing what you've been doing. I think listening to your mates is a little bit like, you know, the partially sighted leading the blind. I don't think it's really going to help you all that much. YouTube is a wonderful resource. I just have a bit of an issue sometimes because there's no quality control, and if you misdiagnose your problem and go and watch a video on how to fix that, it's unlikely that you're going to succeed. I thoroughly recommend going and seeking out professional coaching. Right? Don't just take them at their word that they can help you. You need to ask them questions. You're about to invest in this person. So go and find them, go and ask them to explain how they go about their business. A good coach should be able to talk about their system, talk about how they are going to systematically help you learn the skills that you need to, talk about how they can use the technologies that they've got to measure, so you're not relying on one person's opinion.